Zeus through DAC qualifiers. I think few games it worked well.
We saw a little bit. We saw a little bit of Zeus. Nothing for me to go, Zeus is back, but a little bit. Just, it could have been experimentation, could have been love for the hero, but I was not a believer.
I mean, it's not gonna be Zeus because they have like heroes with no escape mechanism, Crystal Maiden, Silencer, Zeus. It's just.
So stop talking about Zeus. We're done with Zeus. It was a bad idea. My fault. We're not talking
back
about
to
Zeus
Olympus.
Anymore. I will. He will. Virtus Pro here, final ban, Puck. Back to random side now. Look at Virtus Pro's lineup here, and the piece missing. I don't know. I could see them throw Drug towards the mid lane if the situation seems right, but outside of that, I don't suspect no one to play the Jug, so they're going to get him something a bit different. DK was banned in the previous game. Any room for that to squeeze into their lineup?
They might. I think it's gonna be a mid hero still. Virtus Pro also thinks because they banned Puck, so it might be in Joker or. They don't have the last pick, so I think it's gonna be a mid. Maybe even an OD is not a bad idea. Good against Legion Commander, can. And works well with global silence as well. They need some more damage output and some control. But I would go.
Tinker. Team Random Tinker.
Yeah, it's 5 different heroes, as we mentioned.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He's kind of global once he gets the boots to travel. So you have a lot of global fight potential now. Tinker and Spectre can kind of show up at a moment's notice, so Sand King can kind of be one to set things up. Hell, even Crystal Maiden gets a little bit of that global support loving. Oh my, is that going to be a mid Skywrath Mage? That is filthy. That is filthy. If they're going to do that against Tinker...
He spams him a lot, but the Skywrath Mage has 0 armor. I mean, the hero is good, don't get me wrong, especially if he gets items. Aghanim Scepter on him was reworked, so whenever he casts the spell, there's
crazy.
It's
crazy, man. I played it in Overthrow. Have you seen much of it? It's nuts.
Nah,
suddenly double ultis, double silences, double arcane bolts all over the place. I don't know if we'll get there to that point or not, but that is what is feeling like a pretty damn aggressive grab. I mean, where does the Wisp go in this mess? You know, is he going to be joining the Skywrath Mage in mid lane? Like, feeding him ridiculous amounts of mana?
Yeah, exactly.
You got a shrine nearby?
Yeah.
Shrine with Wisp action? Like, this feels filthy.
Yeah,
and I like it.
Warlock and Jug is strong lane. They can even have a kill potential with Fatal Bonds and Spin, and they can survive whatever comes to them. So Io can just focus on jungle, just attacking for Legion Commander if needed, and just buff a Skywrath Mage with mana. Even have a kill potential with Fatal Bonds and Spin.
This will be an interesting one. Who do you got? Gotta call out for the predictions here based on the lineup before us.
I'll
Team Random and late game Spectre and Tinker and Virtus Pro, Jug, now Skywrath Mage. A bit more high tempo. What do you think?
I'll go for Team Random because they have like pretty much of everything. Sanking stun, they got good initiation, Spectre, Tinker, a lot of magical damage. They got good anti-initiation in global silence, and the only thing Virtus Pro got is like blink initiation on Legion Commander, and that's it. Other heroes, Warlock, Io, Skywrath Mage, no escape mechanism. So I'll take the heroes will go down not so easily. There's a lot of heal on their side, but I'll go with Team Random. They don't have anything. Yeah, they don't have anything to catch Tinker with. I mean, they don't have anything that provide mid game. Maybe Shadow Blade on Legion Commander, but that's it. They don't have anything. Yeah, they don't have. It's gonna be hard to catch.
All right, we're getting ready to get set into what is game number 3 of the third heat, day number 1 of the Kiev Major. Looks like we'll be starting with a bit of a pause as we get underway, though. Does look like we don't have anything too fishy. It is going to be no one on the Skywrath Mage. Just wanted to get super clarification on that. This is going to be a bit fun. predictions, we don't care about those, do we? The
Nah.
prediction thing? Yeah.
Yeah, we just said it.
I mean, like, yeah, we're predicting a game, but, you know, do you get that little prediction tab? Did you even buy a battle pass or whatever?
No.
Yeah, you don't need that. You're too cool for battle pass.
I'm old school.
Can't afford it?
Yeah, I'm looking for donations.
Okay,
Buy me
fair
a
enough.
compendium. Buy me battle pass.
I'm not gonna buy you anything. You're gonna get it. You can cast for it if you want. Here, we'll see the setup come out. I'm curious if preparations are different at all, knowing that from Team Random's perspective, you are going to be heading into this kind of powerhouse mid lane matchup at all. I don't know if you get an early wand or anything like that. It doesn't look like his buildup has changed. Does Crystal Maiden come by? Like, do you do any preparations if you're Team Random, or is this something you just kind of have to go for, or just take on the chin rather?
Well, they need to help him at one point. Maiden has a wind lace, so she wants to be mobile, wants to move, trying to help him out. I mean, Tinker's gonna have to use Shrine really early. Oh, look at those wards on the high ground. Skyrat Mage wants to have one.
Filthy!
Yeah, I mean, both heroes benefit a lot from that high ground ward.
Alright. Oh, okay. I also didn't notice Lil is going Juggling Wisp kind of a build-up here. No straight to bottle build-up for him. He's got an early Iron Talent.
Yeah, it's good. As I mentioned, he doesn't need to help anyone that early because top lane is enough to handle a solo sanking, not really a big off-laner. He can upset, get some XP, has Poorman's shield, but other than that, he's not that strong. I mean, he's gonna harassed a lot by Warlock.
We will keep tabs on him to see how fast he can accelerate his farm, and then suddenly could appear into one of these lanes for Virtus Pro like a wild man, and suddenly give him a huge laning advantage here. Bottom lane, touching base, Ice gets plenty of free shots in with those little bits of pure damage, trying to force Pasha to try to chew through some of his tangos early on. Over on the other side, it is Faith Beyond on his Sand King here in a matchup against the arcane-wielding Ramses Juggernaut. So, only being zoned out temporarily by Solo in the meantime.
Yeah, on the bottom lane, Pasha went for press the attack to remove the Frostbite from Crystal Maiden, which is pretty smart. I mean, Silencer can't really out-harass. Silencer plus Spectre, it's not really a strong lane, so I expect Legion to get some serious XP on the bottom lane. I mean, he's playing good in a jungle. Oh, has a TP if they try to go on him. TP to Shrine, go back to the lane. I mean, these are the few moves that he has in his mind.
Watching Lil still do a bit of his ball play here, if you will, in the jungle. Farming his way through this camp. Nearby, a tussle for the 2-minute bounty rune. Faith Beyond is going to commit his stun just to secure it for himself. And we'll get some few extra shots here onto Solo, who's just trying to pull the camp nearby for his lane. Push that out. Lil is about to hit his level 3. He's getting so close. And we'll see the back end of Faith Beyond just TPing out from trouble. Well, not TPing out, stunning out from trouble there as Ramses does rotate over. So some flirting here from both sides, but no early harassment coming out. It's a bit of a slower paced matchup as opposed to our last two games, which were a bit more spicy.
Yeah. Well, Io doesn't want to go heal. Still, they want to use Shrine, and they want to gather to him and Sky. And they're gonna use it right now.
And the benefit, of course, of linking up with no one so he can get the double regen. Man, look at all that.
He's full.
Yeah, he's full and good. Lil pop out some balls here. Tries to go for a stack. Will he get it on the one camp? Yes, he should. Goes for the ancient camp. Will not get that one, though. Nonetheless, still get some nice solo levels here. Ooh, going for Shadow, and they'll get it done. No one's able to pop off plenty of arcane bolt damage. Oh! Not quite enough heals, though, to come out from Lil with the tether there. Bottle shows up now, but damage had been done.
Yeah, he got a return kill, but that's it. Did you see Solo? I mean, he went there with upheaval from fog, like max close distance combined with concussive shot.
Just so slow. So Breaking slow. Make for another setup, and they're not stopping yet. They already come back to the lane. They get another kill. I feel like this is only going to be the beginning. Now that Lil has that bottle and a couple of levels, we could see them just kind of continue to do this.
Well, we mentioned that Tinker will need a support on the lane, but Crystal Maiden was kind of late. Tinker died twice, so she just needs to focus there, and they maybe even need to move the silencer. But Legion Commander having a really good time on the bottom. Used Shrine before. Let's see if they can get a kill.
Okay.
It's gonna die.
Deep in beat. They're gonna get it done. Blink gets the follow up there, chasing in through the back end of his dagger. Legion Commander will go down. Double rune action here for Wise. He grabs up the haste and the bounty. Plops a very deep ward and takes his business elsewhere. Alright, 2-2. So we get back into the action. Double takedowns on the Shadow as he's both of those kills though.
There was no intelligence stolen, but they got a good kill. Now Spectre's gonna have a hard time against that Legion Commander who's almost level 5 and just spamming overwhelming odds. So
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
For a while there, it looked like Isis was going to be able to kind of zone off the lane, you know, being a silencer and all. But you do like to have a little bit of everything, so he went for the 1-1-1 build-up. And, you know, as you said, with Legion Commander being already at that level 5, able to kind of avoid any sort of extra trouble. Top lane, Ramses, full Blade Fury damage and 2 quick swipes of the sword, and he's going to get the takedown onto SK. Now has to pop the healing ward here. Rotations are considered here from the Crystal Maiden, but that is not a jug you want to be fighting into. He has a Mango and ulti still in his pocket.
yeah, he's good to go level 6 right now. See, SK just TP'd back. Doesn't have any levels in Sandstorm. If they know that, they can try to go on him with the Mango, Omni Slash, and Blade Fury.
That would be a good opening opportunity, but it does look like they are not going to get that chance here. Crystal Maiden comes back nearby. Crystal Maiden, a lot of work cut out for her in this one, trying to give some extra support already to Tinker in that mid lane, and now has to kind of continue to pay visit to Faith Beyond nearby, because the approach of that tier 1 is coming here from Virtus Pro. But now it looks like a little bit of free space here for the Spectre. Legion Commander has stepped off to the jungle to finish out what looks like getting to level 6 and getting that duel online.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Will's back in the jungle.
Sanking, just standing in upheaval.
This is feeling really good for Virtus Pro, but I feel like I've said that before in the previous game here, so it's just looking like 3 games straight where Virtus Pro have a very good laning phase. Let's see about the CS though. No one at 33. Oh, he's trying to get the finish for his ult, and they still will get it, but it looks like he will lose his own life for it.
Oh, that
committed from Blink with the ulti.
That was on edge of Sentry Ward, so they got him. There's a Sentry Ward on the side of the Radiant. Shrine popped.
Oh yeah, right here, I see. But they will Shrine and heal up, and he gets to head back to lane there. Alright, nice little counterplay there, but Shadow will continue to be prolonged from completing out what looks like his Soul Ring, and then of course you got to get those boots of travel, so this is all really just kind of paying dividends right now. Virtus Pro though, duels up, and this Legion Commander continues to flirt around. I mean, imagine the combo of a duel plus a Mystic Flare.
Are fortified.
That's juicy.
It is.
Can they defend top tower with Omni Slash? They can't.
I don't think so. Upheaval's there. Can they get the catch on anyone? They're thinking about it here. Ramsey's running forward here. How much cojones does this man have? Thinking about Blade Fury back within the trees, but Team Random know they cannot move any further forward. Whoa! Commits it with the Omni Slash and will get a follow-up kill. Fortunate RNG there for Ice, because, you know, who knows, that Jug could have just taken the extra slashes all the way forward, but he bounces back.
Yeah, that was kind of ballsy, and well, you have Wisp behind you. Wisp just hit level 6, 8 minute, has enough gold for Urn of Shadows, Bottle, Iron Talent, Raindrop, and he's pretty rich. I mean, Warlock is buying everything, so
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Warlock is the one who doesn't get to be level 6 yet, but as you see, does have his tome up in queue, and that should help get him closer to having that rock available. And at that point, we could see some serious teamfight destruction here from Virtus Pro. But while this Warlock is trying to get the funding for the tome and trying to get the XP for level 6, he gets jumped. Rotations are going to be coming out. Looking to walk on is going to be Pasha. He gets the dual Mystic Flare combo, and that keeps Solo alive. He continues to dish out the upheaval, and this gets a beautiful turnaround for Virtus Pro. They had like those TPs in their pockets, ready to go, just for an opportunity like that.
One TP, good. They even got the dual damage, Mystic Flare, dual combo, pretty old school, good relocate. There's nothing they can do about it.
Random just trying to kind of make their own approach. Does make those little breaths of space for people like your Shadow Tinker and, of course, for Blink here at the bottom on the Spectre, who continues to progress a bit. Second in net worth, just nipping at the heels of your Jug. But I don't know if this is Dreams of a Radiance kind of a game. It looks like they will be moving into a Yasha at least next.
Yeah, well, he can always switch if they get a good team fight and he sees that he's close to Relic. He can always switch. That's why he's not buying anything right now.
Oh, yeah.
But he doesn't want to commit to Radiance right now because Tinker is kind of poor. He's like 1.7k gold away from Boots of Travel, and he wants to have something to fight with. That's just why he's saving it.
Could be seeing a bit of saving here for both sides. I had already mentioned the Boots of Travel that Shadow will continue to attempt to save up for. But we have Blink Daggers from both sides here, probably getting up in queue in a moment. Pasha, I imagine, to be one. And then, of course, the Sand King here, Fate Beyond. Working between pulling a camp has got one up in his queue. Feeling like any extra initiation here, because we were talking about in the draft the setup that he can bring. As long as he can find a good opportunity to make an approach onto Virtus Pro or any sort of single target, you have the Haunt and as well as Tinker with hopefully Boots of Travel to be able to get in on the action. But the problem is that Virtus Pro are just doing so damn good in their laning phase that they're already taking it to these tier 1s and just really bullying Team Random at this point.
Yeah, they have so much sustain with Wisp Terror, Warlock heal, Healing Ward. Now Veil of Discord is finished on Skywrath Mage, so that's gonna be a lot in the next fight. Warlock is 6.
Okay, he just casually walks up and lands a double Chaotic Offering. This will quickly force out the Global Silence right now. And oh, it's Team Random trying to fight the hell off from this. Virtus Pro can't quite get close enough for any sort of grab and pick. It looks like Team Random have been able to create up this amount of space, and they're going to be able to get the finish themselves, taking out Lil's Wisp. The tier 1 is also going to stay alive and eventually will get denied by Shadow here. I gotta say, a pretty good fight for Random. They hold things off. They do end up taking a couple of losses in the tower, but they take a pick of themselves, and that could have been a lot worse. I mean, what was that? Solo's just like, all right, I think it's time to fight. Walks up and drops the rock.
They were far away. At least they could get the concussive shot just extra slow, and they could have gotten at least one kill and then commit to a tower. But I mean, Team Random, you haven't heard about Team Random. I don't know how strong they are, but I know how strong Team Wings is. So.
Yeah, you can definitely see that these guys have that Wings influence playstyle.
They remind me of Wings.
They remind me a lot of this Wings team I've seen before. They're very resilient, very random. But here they kind of fend themselves off from what could have been a little bit of trouble, and we get into another awkward growth spurt here for Virtus Pro. It's more of accumulating those tier 1 kind of, their first tier 1 kind of item, or at least first playmaking kind of item here. Pasha's got his whole bottom half of the map to kind of work with the farm there.
Yeah. Both Sand King and Legion Commander is gonna hit the Blink Dagger timing at the same time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Shadow also looking to go for the Boots of Travel. Just kind of farming his way through the jungle. This is just super important for Team Random here. They know that they are way behind in the quota they were hoping to reach, getting some of these items online, so handing over Death is only going to make things more difficult. Oh, look at this. Solo trying to go a bit into enemy territory here to get a ward down. And look, Ramsey's almost able to help him out a bit with that healing ward, but doesn't want to commit anything further than that. Will cost him his own. But solo does get dropped. It's just the risk you take sometimes, man. When you're a support and you're trying to get some good wards down, sometimes you got to go deep into the unknown, you know?
Well, you gotta die for your team. That's
You got to die for your team.
classic. When you die, just spam. You just spam. Oh,
They found Lil. And that ball of ice somehow manages to tether himself out and take him and Jug back to base. And he will live. Wonderful play from Lil to avoid some trouble and is able to tank that gank, not die, and fend off Team Random. This will allow Virtus Pro to go set up a reaction play here.
Silencer. Look at this build on Silencer. I mean, we saw Poppy playing Silencer like more of a carry transition Silencer through the mid and late game with Helm of the Dominator. I mean, Helm of the Dominator was nerfed a lot. No one even buys that item because it's garbage.
Yeah.
But I love the Silencer build. This is the build I've been trying in pubs. I've been testing Silencer for so long, and this one is particularly really strong, especially combined with a Sankey.
Rotate bottom and kill the Nature's Prophet. This puts a ton of pressure on both Universe and Sumail because both supports are going to be tied up in this top lane.